short put. So I just go and take long jump. And people that take long are jumping.
So how often were you training? What kind of training were you doing?
Actually, come to think of it, we train very hard. We train almost 5 days a week. I mean, except weekends we don't come. And we used to train in the ACS field, And the ACS field actually even attracted top Singapore athletes because there wasn't, many stadiums, or even Farrer Park was not built yet. There's track. So people used to come to school. So we had some Singapore athletes, and one of the well-known people at that time was Maurice Nichols, who later became very, very important in Asian athletics. He used to come and run with us in the ACS field, And then there were two teachers, brothers, Tan Sulian, who actually were competitors as well at different times, And Chan Ronling also used to come by now and then. So that's the kind of atmosphere we had in that field, which couldn't draw a 400-meter track. When we drew and had our meets there, 200 only. 220 yards, And there were occasions, when for various reasons we couldn't get stadiums and all. Even our school meet was held in the ACS field. We run 400 meters, 2 rounds. 2 rounds, yeah. 2 rounds.
For the younger folks, to put things in context, and this is something where, honestly, this evening for you all, for all of us, it's quite amazing. Understand this, that you look at their times, they're still holding records. And even the 100 meters and all that, it's not much difference, but they were training on grass, on hard determined. No bounce, nothing. Today we are started. We've got facilities, we've got everything, family support, school support, government support.
Cinder track.
No, first grass.
Grass.
We moved from grass to cinder.
And you ask Mr. Namaz, he went barefoot. Took all the records. So sometimes we ask ourselves, especially now we talk about millennials and all that, right? Honestly, if you want to be inspired, this is something that you can take back with you. They're all here. Victor, then leaders, just apart from touchscreen. There are times when amazing. I was running the bitumen, I had spikes and all that. And you ask them. They had literally compared to us. Very, very.
Just one point, very hard to get spikes, You wore spikes when there are holes on the side, we put plaster and patch it up. Now they run 3 races and throw the spikes away.
Benson, Wen is not feeling well, so he's not here. But like Wen was here. I ran for only one proper run and ran for 1 year. I never owned a spike. My spikes was Wen used spikes and I wear thank you today. So it was a rare time from all of you.
Very expensive.
I never owned a spike. It was winter spike. It was too big for me. So I ran with spikes.
You didn't sell it for $50.
No. But it's amazing. Barefoot, it must have taken a toll on your ankles and everything else.
I felt, I like to be barefoot. I've always liked to be barefoot. Today, if you come to my office after 5 and I'm working, I'll be barefoot. So I often get staples in my legs. And even on a rare occasion when I wore shoes, I would cut off the top of the shoe
To let your toes hang free.
For my toes to hang free. And what I used to do is, just to share with you, I started running in primary school, but they were very unfair in primary school because they went according to height. So if you're more than a certain height, you're A division. You're shorter, you're B division, and you're really vertically challenged, then you're C division. Never mind about that. So in primary 6, I'm still in C division. No, I never won. And because I'm C division, they only have 60 meters, 100 meters, and long jump. But for A division, you get to run 400. And I never won. In primary school, I was always second to my classmate or some in 60 meters, 100 meters, and long jump. But when I went to secondary school, actually for those of you who you know, I suffered from epilepsy. And I was under medication for about 3 years, from primary 5 to secondary 1. And the doctors explained to my mother that it's to dull my brain and I won't do very well in school and things like that. So I really owe a lot to athletics because one day, you know, I wasn't very good in other sports. Okay, I played football, I was so small, I just get knocked around. I played a bit of hockey, badminton. So one day, one of my classmates said, why don't we just go to the school cross-country trial at Farrer Park? So we went in our Bata shoes and to Farrer Park, took a bus down. Then I met some of the older boys and they said, you know, you have to run 12 rounds. Have you run one round before? And I had never run one round before because as Jega said, the ACS field is 200 meters only. So then I told my friend and he said, shall we take part? So they tried to tell us, look, you know, you may not be able to finish it. So we decided that since we took so much trouble taking a bus going all the way there, we may as well just run. And this race was open to the whole school. And Tan Su Yat was there. And so I just ran. And I was just running without having any idea about pacing, about distance or anything like that. I just ran the 12 rounds and by the time I finished the race, I finished 30 meters ahead of the next person. And they were secondary 4 boys, J1 boys running, and I just won the race. And I mean, I didn't understand very much. When I went home and I told my mother I ran 12 rounds, she wouldn't let me go to school the next day. She took me straight to General Hospital to see Professor Ransom.
I know Professor.
Professor Ransom. And he told her, you know, she said, you know, I don't know, I hope that he won't drop dead or something like that. and the level of knowledge we had, because after that day, when I started running, gradually my epilepsy went away. It went away. And whenever I had a race, my mother would say, oh, you better be strong for the race, you better eat steak. So every time I had a race, I ate steak. That was the level of knowledge that we had. And that's how I started running, and I ran barefoot. Even in MacRitchie with all the stones. That's why at always the start of the cross-country race, I had to be first at the start so that I could see. If you're behind, you can't see the stones. So I'll have to jump to get out of the way. So I have to be in front. So I ran barefoot, and even at the SEA Games I ran barefoot. And what was funny is this. I went to the SEA Games to run 5,000 meters. And I was very disappointed with my time in that race because I didn't do a very good time. I think I did 15:30 and I was a bronze medalist. I had done a much better time earlier. So the national coach, Tan Ing told me the next day, he said, you know, you finished your event. Why don't you run the steeplechase? Because our national steeplechaser is also running the marathon and he has a chance of a medal in the marathon. He doesn't have a chance in the steeplechase. So just run for fun. Of course, I had no spikes. How do you run steeplechase with no spikes? Because there's water. I was the youngest athlete in the Singapore team. I was 17 and I shared a room with Kunalan. So Kunalan gave me his sprinter spikes to run the steeplechase, which I ran. I broke the national record. I won the silver medal. Just run, and I had run very few steeplechases.
So that timing was 9:39.
That's right.
Very good station.
Yeah.
What kind of knowledge were you doing?
What?
What kind of knowledge were you doing?
Well, you see, the thing is,
Well, you have no idea
the
just
thing is,
running.
I was a very lazy athlete. But I had the advantage of having a very low resting heartbeat. I have a resting heartbeat of 43 at that time.
It's almost hard clock.
But it's not as low as, I don't know, some of you may remember there's a very good squash player in Singapore called Zainal Abidin. His resting heartbeat when he was fit was 38. And Herb Elliott was a world miler. Resting heartbeat was 33. So that was an advantage, I think. And it was more or less natural. So I didn't have a lot of speed. So as Jega says, you go over distance. I had to do 200 meters to develop some speed. Otherwise, everybody would just pass me in the last in the last round.
So is it true you ran from your home, you see at the DLP estate, which
Yeah.
is where the CCAB track is now?
Yes.
Then Richie ran the cross country route twice, then home.
No, I'll tell you what I did
Every
once.
day.
I did once and I got scolded by him. He may not remember. I ran from McRitchie to Pierce and I was very thirsty at Pierce and the streams at that time were very clear. So I drank the water from the stream and he was there when I came back and I told him I did it and he said you shouldn't do it, there's bacteria, this, that, he was telling me.
Don't forget I'm a microbiologist.
Then I was about 30, you must have been 20 at that time.
I think that they had a breathing error. I think the next error that we did, okay, because my year, the pencil year was terrible. I think the next error that did very well was Niking's year, right, Niking?
72.
Your year did very well as well.
Oh, yeah.
That's in the
72.
72.
Yeah, there was Wing Fei.
Yeah, the flying squad.
Yeah.
Wing Fei is not here because he's.
Wing
He
Fei,
just told us a
guy,
story.
Yambi.
Yeah. Wait, tell me.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Yambi.
Hey, put up a hand away. Flying squad.
Ask him to stand up.
But at least there was the trouble is that we had a lot of gaps. We really lot of gaps.
Okay,